Well, thank you for allowing us to follow your day and get an insight into your day-to-day work. What are your reflections on the day and speaking to us about the last 25 years?
It's been emotional. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a very emotional person, but it's you guys following me around and looking at some of the achievements that I've been a part of and this organisation's made. It's kind of made me think. It's made me think about my future as to what I want to do. Do I still want to stay involved in politics? Do I want to make a difference in some other arena? But it's focused me. It's been emotional. It's been it's overwhelming to some extent, to be honest with you, how you can start to capture all your achievements in one day, and particularly at the surprise do that the trustees and the staff did for me downstairs. That's brought, seeing a lot of the old faces, it reminded me that hang on, I've played a part in something big. And you don't sit back. I'd be a very different person if I sat there and patted myself on the back every day. And I don't do that. I've never had time to sit back and say, oh, hang on, I've achieved this or I've done that. But when you hear other people, particularly trustees and staff from Derby City Council, say those kind words, it does make you think that, well, hang on, I have done something. When I do eventually decide to retire, I can feel a little bit of pride that I've achieved something, and hopefully something that the great grandkids, when they see this video, will have something to be proud of as well. So that's what it's done for me. As I say, it's focused me again, and I'm grateful for that. It's been cathartic in some way, in terms of letting out some of those emotions and talking. As I say, another 60 seconds in my speech downstairs, and you would have seen tears, which is something I've never done here. So I'm pleased I got to shut up when I did. But no, it's been great. But and as I say, there's so many things I'm doing, which I think are hopefully for the benefit of the community. I think everybody inside, everyone inside them has got something to offer, not just their employer, but something to offer the community, and that's what I want to do. People will never remember you for the job you did; they'll always remember for you what you did for your community, and that's, I think, is missing in society. So hopefully, if there's more of that going on, if I can inspire others to do something similar, then I can put my feet up a happy man.
That sounds lovely to reflect back on, and I'm glad it's been an interesting process for you.
It has. It's been very interesting for me. I didn't expect this at all, so I'm pleasantly surprised.
Good. Well, over lunch I was chatting to some of your team, and a little birdie told me that you have this sort of mantra about, if you're in a meeting, there's lots of people who might be the wafflers in life, these bureaucratic committees that talk and talk, and it's good to be the person who doesn't be the waffler but who has the killer line. So my final question for your killer line is, looking back, you talked about being as a child, being a disabled child, and that you particularly wanted to do this to speak out to disabled people and share some inspiration. What advice would you give to your younger self looking back?
My younger self? There's one simple thing I would say to myself. It's very, very simple. Stop whinging, get on with it. Because as a younger person, you lack confidence, and you blame the rest of society for everything. You don't look at yourself in the mirror. I was guilty of that, just like everybody else. So I would say, shut up and get on with it. and that, I think, hopefully other people out there, and this is why the staff member probably brought that issue up, because I am a very impatient person. When people start talking, they just waffle, and I'm the first to walk out of meetings. It's well known. I just can't handle them, and so I always say you summarise at the end of the meeting, and you drop them the killer line, because that's how they're going to remember what Disability Direct's opinion is. So I'm glad they've learnt from that. Yeah, but yeah, for me, if I'm talking to Amo Raju 25 years ago, it's shut up and get on with it.
Deeds, not words. Thank you so much for allowing us to share your day with you.
No, thank you. It's been an honour. Thank you.
So today we followed Amo for the day. We got an insight into a little bit more about him beyond the labels of CEO, politician and disabled man. We've heard about him as husband, father, we've heard about his political and social beliefs and his desire and his passion to make a difference. And I think he's really got across today how much it's important to not only believe in what you value, but actually to take action upon it. And it reminds me of that old saying, if you always do what you always did, you always get what you always got. If you want something to change, you have to change something. Thank you.